So there are two other groups that Luke talks about who visited John at the Jordan. Groups that we might not expect. There were the tax collectors. They had a special reputation. One wouldn't think they needed anyone or anything. And yet they're here. What's John's word to them, God's word through John to them as they step out of the water toward a different way of living and being in the world? He says, collect no more than you are required to. Tax collectors were notorious for fleecing folks from as much as they could. Now, they were entitled to collect more than what they had to pay Rome in taxes because they needed to live. But the reputation was they lived well beyond what was comfortable, what was needed, at the expense of other people, their fellow countrymen and women. John says, don't do that. Collect only what the government has given you permission to collect. Treat others fairly. The other group are soldiers, Roman soldiers, the enemy. Now, what are they doing at the river? Maybe it was just crowd control that got them there. But according to Luke, some of them found themselves in the river with the others, opening their hearts to this move of God. That's a surprise. Romans, soldiers. See, at least in that day, and even perhaps in ours, soldiers, young and strong and far from home, they have the reputation of mistreating the natives. So John's word to them is, don't harass anyone. Be content with what the government pays you. Don't seek to pad your pocketbook by taking from the people in the land where you serve. Let your government take care of your needs. You're there to protect and keep the peace. Do what you've been asked to do, but don't mistreat other people. If we would be those who would be prepared to prepare others, we need to hear those words ourselves, because it's a temptation as old as time to try to lift ourselves at the expense of others. And God's word through John to the tax collectors and the soldiers is, don't do that. Your first fruit, let your first fruit be something you choose not to do. This is Ben Moore from West Highlands United Methodist Church with a thought for your day, just another way of reaching out. Thank you.